Howdy folks, it's Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulators. I try to learn to control the drone at high speed here. So if you've been following along, you know that we've been following the F1 calendar. There's only been 3 races, but we've been following the calendar. We've been taking the jets to the locations and then doing VFR flights around the track, if applicable. That being said, this is our first VFR flight for a track. The other ones were street circuits, except Bahrain, which was right next to the airport. So we just looked at it from the airport. There is Melbourne, Australia, downtown right there. That's where we're headed. Notice the drone is rolling to the left slowly. The drone roll bug seems to have been reintroduced. So what happens is, as you operate the drone with no input from you, it starts to roll. So see how it's crooked? Drives me nuts. Anyway, VFR flight today, Melbourne, Australia, and Albert Park, because the F1 race a few weekends ago, depending when you watch this, was Albert Park. Now, it's a street circuit, so it's not going to look like a racetrack, but we are going to check out the park, and I decided let's do the Icon A5 so that we can, land on Albert Park Lake. We're going to land in the water at Albert Park. Why not? There's nobody there to stop us. Look how crooked the drone is now. It's so crooked. So anyway, should be a pretty simple, straightforward VFR flight. It's probably going to be a little bit longer than I think, which is not a bad thing, because nobody wants to commit to a 2-minute video. It's fun to have longer videos. So we're going to do the best we can here. It's been a long time since I've flown this thing, but we'll figure it out. Parking brake is set like that. Reset the controls. Yep, okay. Fuel and passengers. Do we really have any fuel and passengers? There's going to be 2 of us, right? It's just going to be me, and I've been drinking too much soda, so I think I'm up to 215 again, not 2150. Let's bring my wife's best friend, who's a really good friend of mine. She's 85 pounds soaking wet, and we'll bring some not 850, 85 pounds soaking wet, and some snacks and water. What else? That's it for that screen. Simple enough there. Let's see here. Master switch on, which I think is actually under here, right? Yes, it is. Master switch on. Floodlights. We don't need floodlights, but if we do, there they are. They're not working. Yeah, they are. Are they? It's bright outside. Doesn't matter. It's mid-morning. I set the sim to mid-morning. And what else? Oh, the floodlights are overhead. These floodlights. How do you do anything about it? I don't know. We'll just turn the fuel valve on since we're here. Weird. I don't see how to turn these off. My checklist says you can. Can you open this? What a tease. We get a thing, but it doesn't actually do anything. Wait, what? Wait, now these turned off. What the heck is going on up here? Parachute? Weird. That's weird. Do you see those turn off? Anyway, strobe lights on, because we're about to start this thing up. Throttle crack at a halfway. It says halfway. Okay. Ignition start, which should be under here. And it is. There we go. And very good. Okay. Monitor oil pressure, and once it's fine, we'll test the emergency lights, which is here. Make sure everything works. Yes, it does. Good. Very straightforward. All right, bring throttles back to idle. Let's see. Flight plan. There's no flight plan. We're just going to completely VFR this thing. We're going to fly from here down to Albert Park, which is, can't really see it too far away here. There's Albert Park. We're going to fly there, and then we're going to kind of do like a custom waypoint. That'd be really nice. Nope. Anyway, we're going to fly right there. Then we're going to land, because we can. Simple. We can do 3D vision if we want to get at the idea of all of our fun stuff. And what else? Weather and ATIS. Let's hit B on the barometer. Lose your altitude slightly. Do we have an ATIS? We do. Let's listen to it. Let's be responsible. Listen to it.
Melbourne Airport information, India 210 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 6. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.904. ILS Yankee runway 16 in use. Landing and departing runway 16. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact, you have India.
Alright, let's go to ground and request VFR south.
Melbourne ground icon Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra with India request taxi for takeoff south departure.
Icon Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra taxi to and hold short of runway 16 via taxiway Sierra Yankee Victor Golf Alpha Tango Papa Echo Quebec cross runway 27 Alpha Bravo. Contact tower on 120.5 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 16 using taxiway Sierra Yankee Victor Golf Alpha Tango Papa Echo Quebec cross runway 27 Alpha Bravo icon X-ray Golf Sierra.
I just realized that my tall turtle in nameplate, whatever, is gone. It got wiped out. What the heck happened? Why doesn't it say tall turtle anymore? What? That's weird. That's not right. It used to be a long time ago. You used to have to put in your tail number or tail name every single time. But then they fixed it so that it would never get rid of it, and now it got rid of it. That's weird. Okay, whatever. Next time I do a flight, we'll see if it's still gone. That's a bummer. Anyway, runway 16, I pulled this up. Runway 16 is right there. That's where we're going to head. I think we're ready to taxi. Taxi lights on. We do have taxi lights. Yes, we do. Flaps down a notch and begin our taxi. So parking brake off. And do we have a taxi? Our taxi ribbon is gone too. What? That's weird. What's broken in this sim right now? Huh, our taxi ribbon is gone. Come on, there we go. Is it really windy? Is that why we're shaking everywhere? I do have road weather turned on, and I didn't really listen to the ATIS. I was reading something else during the ATIS. Anyway, my name got wiped out, and our taxi ribbon is wiped out. I didn't change any settings. In fact, behind the scenes secret, I went right from the big, huge Melbourne flight right into this one without restarting the sim, because I have a few minutes in real life to do this. Whatever, we'll just make the best of this, and then we'll, off camera, I'll reset the sim and see if everything goes back to normal. And I have no idea where we're going, because here we go. I'm going rogue today, man. I get in a little plane, I think I can do anything I want. That's not how it goes. Alright, let's not tip over, but let's take the next taxiway. Then we'll head over to runway 16, which should be to the right. Yeah, not too complicated. So I guess I'll see you at the end of 16, or can we just take off here, do midfield takeoff? And let's use a lot of runway. Let's go all the way to the end, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, let's see if it'll let us use this high-speed takeoff backwards to take off, because this taxi's getting long, and it doesn't need to be this long. So let's do landing lights, nav lights, turn taxi lights off, confirm flaps, and we did. And we don't have what else was I gonna do that we don't have in this airplane? I don't remember. Oh, we don't have a timer. We don't have a clock to start. There we go. Request clearance. Let's get out of here.
Tower icon Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra ready at runway 16 south departure.
Icon Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra altimeter 29.9 wind calm south departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 16.
Cleared for takeoff runway 16 icon X-ray Golf Sierra.
Landing lights on, taxi lights are off, nav lights are on. We confirm flaps. We don't have a timer to look at, so I just have to look at the clock in real life to see how much time, and then we'll go. Speaking of time, the profile on your profile manager, whatever, tells you how many hours you have in the sim. It counted my 16 hours flight time on the trip from Jeddah to Melbourne. It did not count the time I had to pause, which is the way it should be. But it is annoying. What am I doing? But it is annoying that the clocks and everything within the sim kept going, right? And it told us like 28 hours. But it only counted gear coming up, brake stop wheels first, flaps coming up. Battery, what? Takes all the battery power to get the gear up. Anyway, so it's kind of annoying that it kept like the world spinning and the time on the clock and everything running. But I'm glad it only counted the 16 hours that we flew, so that's accurate. This is so smooth. Everything's probably still loaded from when I did the other flight down here. What? Come on. Can you please? I guess wants to... No? This way. There we go. This has to be really close. So I did Albert Park, right to that little bone-looking thing, whatever you want to say it looks like. But we're going to take a little detour here and head towards... bugs me that they got rid of the tall turtle name.
Melbourne
Whatever.
Tower icon Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra.
We're going to head towards
frequency
downtown just because why not? We're already here. And we have never done a full VFR here. But we have taken off from here. We've gone to Tasmania a few times. Stuff like that. So we're going to look around. We're going to enjoy it. And then we're going to go to Albert Park and land in the water. And then we'll either magically teleport to the next Formula 1 track or I'll fly us there. We'll see how it goes because it's going to be even longer than this flight was getting here. We'll have a few weeks. Formula 1 has like 4 weeks off or something. Next race is at the very end of April. I'm recording in this at the very beginning of April, so I have a month to figure out what I'm going to do. Plus everything in between, like other VFR stuff. Whenever the next few bush trips come out, which should be this month. Ooh, there's another airport there. We'll go over it, make sure we don't get in the way. Ooh, trim down. It really wants to go high. And then we'll circle the downtown area, maybe fly through downtown, and then we'll go to Albert Park and land. So, super simple flight today. We do not have autopilot. In real life, you can get autopilot in this airplane, but we don't have autopilot. So, is it windy? My yoke is all the way to the right just to go straight. If I let go of my yoke, look at that. If I go all the way to the right, we go straight. So there's something screwed up because, yeah, my yoke is weird. My name is missing. Our taxi ribbon was gone. This is really cool. What's going on here? Maybe it's just like a power thing. And my yoke is screwed up. Whatever. Whatever. It's still working just fine. Do we have wind if we go to 3D vision? No. We just have our 6-pack all condensed. And GPS here, if we use GPS. Okay. We used to have a timer up, or a clock up here, before they did an update, and now it's gone. And I don't think they've done anything else to this. I don't know if they've updated this at all, like they did the other airplanes, but perhaps they did. I don't think so, though. I don't know. Anyway, heading into downtown, we cannot use our drone. Well, we can. We can do the... Nope. Now my drone works. There we go. We can go like this. And then hit C so we can adjust the airplane again. That's how you do that. We've talked about that at length. Hit C so I can get closer. Hit C. And then that'll be my thumbnail. Alright, let's fly the airplane. Let's see. What can we say? Mountains in the distance. Sunrise looks beautiful. Our urbanization below us looks absolutely incredible. Of course, this is going to be top-notch scenery because this is a custom area. Not a custom area, but a highly detailed area within the sim. And frame rates are 1,000,000%. They're 100%. They're working just fine because everything is already loaded. And there we go. Just enjoying everything. Look at that. The highway down there. Traffic. What's your altitude? 1,900 feet, very comfortable. Very, very comfortable for VFR. Look at this. Just beautiful. I love the weather out there. This is road weather, obviously. Thankfully, it's good enough to fly a little airplane in it, because that is not always the case. It's just so beautiful. I like the mountains in the background. I didn't realize you could see them like that. Don't know what that is. It looks like a gigantic avocado. Let's see if I can find it quickly. Yep, I found it. It is... Oh, it's the Flemington Race Course. Looks like there's paved and unpaved. Okay, so it's like races. Like I thought I meant maybe like horse races, but it's actually races. There's some stadiums, it looks like, but they're on the other side there. That's cool. Not sure if that is tennis court or something. So anyway, we could hop outside, I guess, and use the circle cam, but it is more immersive to be inside. Man, look at that. Wow, I'm just speechless. Just amazing. I love this highway going out. Bam, out into the mountains. Out to the outback. That's so cool. Alrighty, oh, there's like the Capitol thing. Or something similar right there. It does look kind of dystopian. Maybe this isn't a custom city after all. I would have assumed it is. Has to be. But the things they... Oh, there's a stadium on this side too. What stadium is that? Is that the cricket stadium? Yes, it is. That's a cricket stadium. And what is next to it is Miami Park. What was like... Oh, the Olympic Park. There's a bunch of stuff here. There's Melbourne Park, Olympic Park Oval, bunch of stadiums, Punt Park Oval. Alright, just pick up Google Maps. Look at Google Maps if you want to get all the names, but there's a bunch of cool stuff here. Look at that. Just look at downtown. It looks a little dystopian. So like I said, maybe this isn't a custom city, but I thought it was. But if it were a custom city, I don't think they would leave this dystopian stuff in here. But anyway, if you don't look at those tiny details, this looks pretty amazing. And here's Albert Park right here. If it wasn't pretty obvious, we're going to circle around a little bit. Because why not? It's too soon to be done. Let's look outside, give this side a little bit of love. Out into the mountains. Another major highway just leaving. Tasmania, of course, is over here. You can't see it from here, but Sydney, way over there, couple hour flight to Sydney. Sydney's farther away than people think. I hear a lot of Australians complain about that. People think like Perth, Melbourne, Sydney are all right next to each other, but they're not. Just like people think New York and Las Vegas are next to each other. And I actually have a friend from Norway. He's a real friend. He's not some random stranger. He's a real friend. He's from Norway though. And he came to New York for something, and he's like, "Hey dude, if I rent a car, how long does it take to drive to Vegas?" I'm like, 30 hours? He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Vegas? It's on the other side of the continent. It'd be like him driving into Russia or farther. Farther. Yeah, like driving India from where he lives if he wanted to do that." So it's kind of funny perspective, right? So here we go, racetrack. Goes around here, comes down, turns, boom, boom, boom. Here's the paddock. Here's like, where they do the pits and store the cars. Drive out, race around, do, come out here, turn, use this road, come around, do it all over again. I think it was a 58 lap rate. 56, 58, something like that. So, but these are public roads, right? It's a park, public roads. So it's not like a street race like through downtown, but it is a street race. But it's beautiful. I like street races through the parks like this. I cannot stand street races like Miami, for example, or the Formula E. I stopped watching Formula E because all those tracks are so nasty. They basically go through parking lots, and it feels to me, I know they do some tracks, but it's mostly street races, and it's like looking at oversized go-karts on a go-kart track to me, which is a bummer because Formula E has come a long way, and I think, theoretically, hypothetically, I think Formula E cars now, Gen 3, can actually go faster than Formula 1 by a few miles per hour, maybe. Projected, I know they could. Reality, I don't know. But their tracks are just awful. I can't stand looking at them, so I have not been watching Formula E. I feel badly, but Formula 1 is enough. It's a lot, because I watch everything. And Formula Women's, the F1 Academy, they dropped the women's series. They lost funding and dropped it, so now Toto Wolff's wife is in charge of the Formula 1 Academy, which is essentially the replacement for W Series. But they've got some races coming up, but nobody knows how to watch them yet. So I plan on also watching Formula 1 Academy. We're hoping they'll be on F1 TV Pro, but we don't know. Nobody knows how to watch those yet. So anyway, yeah, there's your Formula 1 track, Albert Park. There we go. So that means we're done. We're going to land at the park. We're just going to do another flyby downtown, and then we'll land, and that'll be this VFR Melbourne video. And then I'll figure out, like I said, if we're going to teleport to Baku or if we're going to actually fly to Baku. Not sure how I want to do that yet. Anyway, there's Melbourne, Australia. Let's bring throttles back. We're getting too high. And the ocean in Tasmania, way out there, which we have flown there too. That's a longer flight also than people think. I learned that the hard way. I was going to do like a little plane out to Tasmania. I needed a huge jet. Took a couple hours. Ferris wheel down there. That looks pretty cool. Very nice. All right, let's turn around and head to the lake. This is going to be a weird landing because I don't think we can approach it from this way. So I think we're going to lose some altitude this way, but then turn around to land at the lake. I just wanted to be not dramatic per se, but I wanted to fly in a way you normally can't. We could fly right down that road if we wanted to. Plenty of space, but we're not. Kind of cliche. I can't tell you how many people on YouTube have taken planes flying down the roads in New York City among the buildings. It's kind of a fun idea, but I don't know. Hey, this building looks like the Aqua Tower in Chicago, which I stayed at in the Radisson Blu Hotel back when I had a top secret job. We used that hotel and I stayed there. That was fun. Saw some interesting things too, which I probably can't talk about on this channel, but it was interesting. This is so cool. Look at all those cars are going kind of fast. Those cars are going really fast. Alrighty, water landing. So all you do is make sure your gear's up. Flaps are down. Pretty straightforward. That's it. I'll bring flaps down more as we slow down. After we land, we'll do the water rudder. There's a water rudder down there somewhere. I can't remember where it is. There's water rudder. Oh, maybe we can land from this direction. Ooh, what stadium is that? Can I look on the map, or do you think I'll crash while I'm looking for it? That is Lake. I can't read at the same time. It's Melbourne Sports Centre Lakeside Stadium. Okay. What else would it be? Oh, I'm not in the right application. There we go. Trying to get peripheral vision here so we can see how high we are, because that's what makes things difficult. There's a lack of peripheral vision. Full flaps. Ooh, there's like a gazebo convention center, like have weddings or something there. That's cool. I'll look up what it is, but I don't want to crash. We're going to go down here. See how this goes. This is super fun. It looks terrible, though. I don't understand. I don't understand. I guess it's not that bad, but I don't understand because sometimes it looks like a million amazing. What? Sorry, I'm trying to cut. I'll talk after I land. Slight flare. We don't want to flip this thing. Slight. There we go. That was okay enough. Of course, there are no brakes. Let's come over here and do water rudder. Down, extended, I guess they call it. And we'll just ride this out because obviously there aren't brakes. So what I was going to say was sometimes the scenery is 10 out of 10, even up close. And you can convince people that it's real sometimes. But then other times it looks crappy. And for some reason this looks kind of crappy. So that's okay. Flaps coming. I thought I did flaps. I guess not. Come on. Let's go back to that gazebo thing. Did that gazebo have a name? Where did we land? Yeah, it does. It's called the... Oh, it's a carousel. Let's go to the carousel. That'd be fun. My mother-in-law, who literally just texted me. That's funny. I was going to say she used to work at a carousel in St. Paul. I think it's the original carousel in the world. Or the oldest. It started somewhere else, but it moved to St. Paul. And it's either the oldest or the original or something in the world. I can't remember. But she used to work there. Pretty cool. Alrighty, taxi lights on, landing lights off. That's all we do for that. Flaps are already up. Water rudder is down. This bilge is if you take on water. Whoops. Shoot. I wasn't looking where I was going. The bilge is if you take on water. That's like the pump to get water out. Yeah, so let's just taxi a little bit here. See if we can look around without crashing into stuff. What building is that back there? Whoops. Ah! Come on. I know they made some changes to this plane, but I used to not have difficulty controlling it like I am now. That other building that looks all disaster is the... I can't read that. Oh, it's just a building of like stuff like rowing club is in there. some other things. Okay, cool. All right, what I want to do though is look at, if we can, look at the roads. Because when we were landing, I saw some roads. I guess we're too low. Well, there's a road there, but roads that go around parks, I love so much. The problem is the people. So what happens is, for example, you're biking on a beautiful road around a beautiful lake. And first of all, you have vehicle traffic that think it's like their private highway. It's a shortcut when it's not. It's a recreational road. And then you have the other problem of like people walking dogs in the bike lanes, or people going the wrong way in the bike lanes. Stuff like that. It can really ruin your experience. That's one reason why I don't do the lakes. Well, I can't even ride a bike anymore. I'll faint because of my heart condition. But when I was cycling 27 miles a day with kids in the trailer, oh yes, in the winter as well, year round in Minnesota, I used to love the lakes, but you have to go. Well, even when it went at 5:30 in the morning, there were so many people, the morning exercisers, walkers on the bike trail, people going the wrong way without lights. It was so scary and awful. You see what's happening here? What the heck was that? What's going on? That's funny. Anywho, it was, yeah, it's just, I don't know. And then you go during the busy times, and it's just, there's a speed limit on those trails of 10 miles an hour, and there's signs saying use the road if you want to go faster, because it's in Minnesota. You're allowed on any road except the highway, the interstate. But people are like, get off the road, get on the trail. But it's illegal to be on the trail if you're going to go super fast, but it is legal on the road. And the cars are being more illegal anyway by speeding and harassing you. So it's just a mess. So I love the idea of roads going around parks. In real life, it's a pain. Central Park, I was there for a little bit. In New York. Oh, awful. Just a beautiful idea. Just awful experience. So anyway, we got to stop this thing somehow because there's the carousel. Do you think we can beach it next to that tree? It almost looks like a tree carving, they'll like carve bears into trees. Oh, there's a road and there's a floating tree. Looks like this melted. Oh, what a bummer. But that's okay. We'll pretend it looks amazing because we know the sim can have areas that are more amazing. There we go. I feel safest beached. Oh my, it's going to let us... We look like a catfish or a bullhead crawling out of the water right now. That'll be fine. We'll leave it. Good enough. What's it look like? That's okay. Alright, so what can we do about this? What's my shutdown process say? It shouldn't be that difficult. Confirm flaps are up. Yes, all lights come off. They are all off. Let's put up the water rudder as well. And fuel off, which is up ahead. Actually, first, starter off. Oh, the key over here. Turn that off. That would make sense. There we go. Okay, and then we can turn off the fuel. Just like that. Okay, there we go. Shutdown process complete. Whew, let's get out of here. Let's get up really high and look at this place. So, about a half-hour video, not too bad, really. I thought it'd be shorter than that, but that's okay. I was very rambly, but I felt like it. There's your paddock again, so if you want to know our orientation, that's where the cars do their pits. Grandstands, of course, they fill this whole area with grandstands eventually when it's time for the race. Anyway, there's Melbourne. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe so you know when we go to Baku or some stuff in between. Hey, second skyline, such as bush trips or some other flights I have on my list. And I'll see you... Where's it? There it is. See you next time.